Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Okay, Alana, so be real with me here. Would you fly in one of those things?
All I can think is meet George Jetson. Like, right? I can't help it.
The future is here, the flying car, finally, right?
No, I don't think I would fly in one of those. I'd rather just hop on the back of a bald eagle. I mean, come on. I feel like at this point, I need a little longer before I get with those modern times. Hey, we've got snow coming down. You're not going to guess where this is because you look at this and this doesn't happen often, but we are seeing snow at Monument Valley in the Four Corners area, the southeastern corner of the state. This is an area known for its gorgeous rock formations, and tonight we've got snow falling in the area, meaning tomorrow morning those rock formations will be covered with some snow. I just really love that live view right now. So yes, that upper level low impacting the southern portion of the state. Satellite radar shows us how we had counterclockwise flow around the low. It's on the move and it's tracking east, but around it, we're pushing moisture and cloud cover from east to west. That doesn't happen often. The presence of the low is doing that, and it's kept southern Utah unsettled. That's why we've seen rain showers in and around Washington County, snow showers and rain showers near Iron County. But as we head into tonight, that cold air is going to allow for some snow and possibly some light accumulation, maybe up to 3 or 4 inches in spots in places like Garfield County, Kane County, San Juan County. We're already seeing that towards Blanding and, of course, Monument Valley. In northern Utah, it's quieter. So it really is a tale of two cities. Great video coming out of Colville. Check out those bald eagles. Kate Garner, our very own, showing us that. So pretty. Colville looking gorgeous. Clear skies, but it was cold. Call it Coldville, and those eagles are gorgeous. You know, February is prime viewing for eagles in the Beehive State, so you definitely want to keep your eyes to the skies as we get through the month of February. I always like to look especially around our waterways. Speaking of waterways, Carol Dyer sharing this gorgeous shot of the ice at Bear Lake. Love this. Very, very unique. The water current actually helps with the crashing of the ice, and it gives that swirl pattern at times. Very cool to see, and Carol is just great at catching that. Thanks, Carol. High temperatures today, 30s, 39 in Salt Lake. So we are seeing the temperatures wanting to climb, but the haze is climbing more. Yes, we're definitely dealing with inversion, and that's why those numbers are staying put. And we've seen that yesterday, and we'll see it again for tomorrow. 28 for the high and vernal. They're socked in there. 50s and 40s on the eastern side of the state. 30s for the I-15 corridor. Only 48 in St. George. On the cooler side, with the cloud cover and showery conditions for the mountains surrounding St. George, and at times in the valleys. Now, at last check, the St. George Airport did not receive any more moisture than a trace. Unfortunate, because it's been 61 days since they've seen measurable moisture. Along the Wasatch Front, cold. By the time we close out the news, into the mid-20s, mostly clear skies. It's going to be another frigid start to the day with low 20s by 4 a.m. And as you step out in the morning, maybe with the kids or on your way to work, we're going to see those low 20s sticking around. So another cold one, and we'll see temperatures hanging out very close to where we were today. And that's because of inversion. Didn't see inversion at Alta, neither did Dana Green. He was up there enjoying the slopes. Don't they look beautiful? Would love to add a little more snow to the mix. And our next storm will do just that. But we've got to wait a few days before we get a storm, which means our inversion conditions will continue to build. We're expecting unhealthy air for sensitive groups in Salt Lake and Utah County, moderate air through the rest of northern Utah. This is when we're getting that elevated particulate matter. Yuck, I know, you don't like it, I don't like it. We're adding to the pollutants to the cold air that's trapped on the valley floor. We need some mixing. Now we will get some mixing, and that will help us out, and then we will clear that haze. Futurecast shows the path of that upper level low sliding to the east. Counterclockwise flow, keeping things very active overnight, meaning snow showers in portions of southern Utah with light accumulations. I think down near Zion, we could see some light snow. Kanab for sure as we make it through the afternoon. And then, of course, the Four Corners, places like Monticello and Blanding. Here we are by 8, 9, 10 a.m. Looks like the model runs bulking up a little more moisture than initially thought. And then towards Lake Powell, we have wet weather throughout the afternoon. Eventually, by the evening hours, clearing Grand County, so near Moab. And then we quiet down for Thursday. Dry conditions Thursday, but don't get too comfortable. Here's why. We look at Friday and we've got moisture moving in to the Pacific Northwest and the West. We could see some of that moisture impacting northern Utah. As we look at our weekend wet weather potential, it increases for the northern half of the state. The reason being, we've got atmospheric river moisture that we could be pulling into the state because of our setup. low pressure setting up for the weekend. High pressure to the south of us, grabbing that tropical moisture, meaning temperatures will rise, and we could see a valley rain, mountain snow setup as we get through the weekend. Wet weather, but not typical wet weather for February. Okay, that's okay. We'll take any bit of moisture we can get. As we look at our forecast for tomorrow, numbers in the 30s, very close to where we were today, especially for valleys. Wet weather on the eastern side of the state and in south central Utah, clearing St. George, a little bit an isolated shower possible into the morning, and then a warming trend to follow. So we're talking about below average temperatures, a cold overnight with the 20s, and then we see the 70 next Tuesday. Talk about weather whiplash as we look at the Wasatch Front. 30s, warming trend with mixing by Friday, getting us to the 40s. And then, I kid you not, 50s in the forecast. That atmospheric river potential could bring in the wet weather. That also brings in warmer conditions. I'm okay with 50s.
I mean, right?
Break out the sunscreen. Let's go.